What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and can I tell you something? I'm a little worried about this whole situation with Teresa and Louis because that last scene where, well, we'll get into it. Let's just get into it, shall we? All right, y'all. So the episode starts off with everybody pretty much talking about that horrible ass dinner that they had the night before, where Teresa was just really, not really apologizing and really, again, doing what she does, not taking any accountability for anything that she did. Okay. So Marge was bringing up that she was really upset that everybody was that, like Jack, that Jennifer and Joe were like praising Teresa's whack ass apology. She's like, that wasn't a real apology. And I'm just so sick and tired of everybody pacifying her. So Dolores tells Frank she doesn't think it's going to be a better day today because Marge is just not in the mood and she not having it. Okay. So Jackie talks to her husband about her struggles to eat. And she says she's going to try to eat better today. Okay. And I think it's, Jackie and Evan, her husband, I feel like he's very supportive of her and her whole situation. She's just like, it's very triggering to her to be constantly engrossed in all of these issues with Teresa and Marge. Like, I don't know if that's kind of like an excuse for her to not really be um in the process and doing what she needs to do. But also, I'm not a person that struggles to eat. I struggle to put the damn fork down. Okay, that's why I'm always freaking working out, and y'all see me doing videos after my damn step class because I got to work out because I gotta eat. All right. But I don't wish what she's going through on anybody, and I really, really pray that she finds a way to get through all of that. But I really love how she talks to her husband about it, and he doesn't judge. He doesn't look at her in like a judging manner, and he doesn't vilify her for all the things that she has going on, with her struggles. So kudos to her for constantly trying and voicing it when she's having struggles with and having somebody to actually communicate it to. So the next scene, Joe and Melissa called Teresa, and Joe tells her, her apology was so good. Like, I really thought that was a good apology. You did a great job. Like pacifying Teresa like she's some 3-year old that's getting potty trained. I'm like, are you kidding me? This lady, unbelievable. So you're sitting here pacifying her, and she pretty much bullied your wife, saying, you better tell her, you better correct Marge, that's your friend. Well, bitch, she not arguing with me, y'all having an issue. Why the fuck you putting me in it? Like, this don't have shit to do with me. So then she says, she was saying, yeah, well, I appreciate you acknowledging that, my apology came from the heart. No, it came from the pit of your asshole, because that was just how trash it was. It was full of shit, just as full of you. Okay. So she said she was upset that Margaret said her apology was not sincere. Mind you, you weren't even talking to Margaret. You said you apologizing to everybody. So you weren't even addressing Margaret. So why do you give a damn about how she feels about your apology? So she says Margaret needs to keep her mouth shut about her boyfriend, and she tells Melissa to talk to Margaret because it's her friend. And Melissa says she needs to talk to Margaret. She was like, you need to talk to Margaret yourself. You both are grown adults. Don't put me in it. And I'm so glad that Melissa said that, because I'm just so tired of her allowing Teresa to punk her like this. Like, I don't give a damn if that's my sister-in-law or not. What you won't do is talk to me like I'm anything. Because I'm not. Okay? And I'm on display, bitch. I'm about to put you on display if you keep on playing with me. That's what Melissa should have said. All right? And moving on. A chef cooked a really nice breakfast for them, and Marge, everybody's in the kitchen eating breakfast around the counter. And Marge says to everybody, she says she's upset with Joe because he said Teresa's apology was amazing and it was actually terrible. And Jackie says she's not, everybody's like, well, Jackie, you accepted Teresa's apology. Maybe you should talk to Marge, and, Marge, you should just accept Teresa's apology and move on. And Jackie was like, no, what I won't do is lie to y'all and tell y'all I accepted that. Oh, you thought I accepted that apology? No, I didn't. No. She definitely made up a whole situation. It's not the same for me. Louis stuff is on the internet and there's some validity to this. Teresa totally made up some shit where it comes to my husband. Okay. So for her coming and apologizing to me, I'm just trying to make sure we can get along and just coexist in this group. Oh, but I don't forgive homegirl. And I don't consider her a friend by no stretch of the word. Okay. Let's make that very clear. Okay. And I'm glad that Jackie said that because everybody is so busy with their head up Teresa's ass that they seem like they're scared to correct her and tell her when she's doing something wrong. So Margaret said, we all need to stop allowing this behavior. And Dolores says, no, we're not her parents. I'm not about to be telling her what to do. And I'm like, Dolores, you ain't got to be her parent, but as her friend, you got to stop having her be out here doing this foolishness, because if she's doing this with y'all, she can go out here doing this to somebody else, and somebody else may not take it as lightly as y'all do. Okay. So Dolores, and that could really put her in danger, celebrity or not, and to have people taking advantage of her, like allegedly what I think Louis is doing. Okay. So Dolores says, no, we are not her parents. Jennifer says Margaret doesn't take accountability either. Jennifer, no, I know you fucking lying. You don't take accountability for shit that you do either. Like going and trying to sniff up information on Evan to see if he actually did get head in the bathroom at the gym. Girl, stop. I know you fucking lying. You tried it, okay? So don't be trying to say Margaret don't take accountability when your ass don't either. And you talking about, well, it took her long enough to take accountability where it came to me in my situation. And it took you long enough to take it too. So what else is going on? Girl, bye. So Margaret says she knows she could handle things differently with Teresa, but she wouldn't ever handle things the way Teresa has. So everyone goes bike riding on this little alcohol bar, and Marge wears these damn clunky ass heels, knowing good and goddamn well she ain't about to pedal a goddamn thing. So everybody goes, and Teresa and Louis arrive as well. So they all have a really good time. Surprisingly, no arguing, no nothing. And they end up going to this hot chicken place afterward. So Joe, of course, has to create this competition where they eating the chicken, and they see who's gonna. He goes around and says, "We're gonna have a competition to see who can eat the most chicken out of all the guys or whatever." And apparently, damn, Bill lathers wasabi on sushi. I'm like, you lathering it on there? Like, are you? Your eyes ain't popped out your head? Oh no, ain't no way I could do that. So moving right along, Melissa is at the table and she kind of plays around pushing the stuff on the table saying, don't do this today. Okay, we trying to have a good old time. She's like playing around with Teresa saying, don't be throwing shit at nobody today because we want to enjoy our lunch. I'm hungry. We just been drinking on this thing. I want to have a good old time. I'm feeling nice. Don't ruin my time. Shut up. Okay. And Teresa was like, well, I'm not going to, I'm feeling good right now. I'm not going to ruin anything. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go talk to Margaret right now. Girl, this ain't the right time to be doing that. Sit your ass down. You and your midget forehead need to just stay out of this. Sit down and be quiet. Sit down and stay. But no, she gets up, goes over and talks to Margaret. So she's trying to have, she's like, well, I just want you to know that you hurt me. And, so basically you trying to tell her that she need to get on board with your emotions. You're telling her how she affected you, but not accepting responsibility for the shit that you did. There's nothing that anybody can do that's going to make you react like that. Well, let me take that back because it is stuff people can do to make me react like that. But all that she did, it wasn't warranted for what was going on, what Margaret said about Louis or brought about, if you will, from what she saw on the internet that pertained to Louis. None of that stuff that Teresa did, throwing shit on her, calling Margaret fat, calling her, I'll see you next Tuesday and all that stuff. None of that stuff, trout mouth, that stuff was not warranted for all that she did. It was team too much. So Margaret was like, I'm not really checking for you right now. This is not the right time. I am not in the mood. And just because you ready to apologize, don't mean I'm motherfucking ready to accept it. So if you don't mosey your short ass forehead right the fuck back over there to that table and leave me the hell alone, because I am not the one or the two right about now. So you need to take 3 seconds and get the hell on. Okay? I ain't got time. So Teresa's like, okay. And everybody like encourages her, like, please, Teresa, Sit your ass down. Okay. We are trying to have a good time. We just had a good time on this damn thing, peddling our lives away. We are not leaving this food here today. Okay. But also, I want to point out in that moment, Jackie ordered grilled chicken and some coleslaw. I wanted to see if she ate it though. I know she ate some of the coleslaw, but I wanted to see if she ate some of that chicken because I'm loving her progress or her attempt to progress because she never ordered food before. So I'm just like, I really wanted to see whether she actually ate that chicken. But moving right along, the guys in their contest, they start their contest. Louis bows out first, Frank second, and Joe and Bill decide to quit together and just call it a truce. Okay, so that chicken did look like it was real hot. I don't know if I'd even attempt to try that. So moving right along, everyone comes back and Tiki was in the room. Child, Tiki always working on the damn internet some damn way. I guess the daggone panorama is making it easy for him to work. He just on Zoom all goddamn day. I'm like, okay, well, you get your money, sir. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. So everyone rests, takes naps to wind down, and then they get dressed for dinner. So Joe said he had, so they show a clip of Joe hovering over the toilet because he had to throw up. And he's like, oh, I just can't. I'm trying to stick my finger down my throat because Frank comes in there to check on him. And Joe's like, I'm trying to stick my finger down my throat. This hot ass chicken it's like poison. It's trying to come out of me. He's like, I can't get it out because I guess he couldn't shit and he couldn't throw up. So he's like, my finger, I was trying to stick my finger down there, it's not working. And Frank said, I got something for you. I'm gonna help you. I got you. I'm gonna take care of you. So he comes in there with that damn dildo from the boat the day before. And I thought that was damn funny. One thing that you can really count on with the Jersey men, they are hilarious. And if any franchise pays their husbands, you got the right one, baby. Okay. I love the fact that they are so interactive. They really do contribute to the show. Like I literally feel like they deserve their pockets of time and a salary on the show for sure because they definitely highly contribute to its success. So move right along. Everyone goes to dinner. The girls sit together and they're chit chatting, and the guys sit together to drink. And Jennifer asked Margaret, here she go, kissing Teresa's ass before she even get there. So Teresa asked Jennifer asked Margaret if she's going to be nice to Teresa and apologize. And Margaret said, you girls have really lowered your standards for her and you treat her like a child. And Jennifer keeps coming, to Teresa's aid. And Tracy said, basically, Teresa shouldn't be rewarded for attempting to be a good human. Note attempting. Okay. So Louis and Teresa finally arrive, and Louis asked Joe to come over to the side and talk to him. And, he thanked him for giving him. So Louis says, I thank you for giving me a fair shake in the group. I still feel like the women haven't really done that on their end, but you've always been genuine with me from day one. And that's why I'm coming to you because unfortunately, your dad is not around. And I'm taking Teresa out of the country to Europe next month, and I want to ask her to marry me, but I wanted to come to you first as a man, as her closest family member, and as her brother, and ask her for her hand in marriage, get your blessing. And so Joe is just like, I really appreciate you doing that. My dad is not here, but I can't lie. I mean, I understand you got a lot of stuff going on with Margaret and the ladies or whatever. And typically, I like to stay out of my sister's business because I was all in her shit before with her previous husband. And that didn't go well for me because I was so engrossed in their stuff that since I was involved, it really put a strain on our relationship. So I told myself I wasn't going to do that with you. However, I got to be honest with you. You coming to me asking me for my sister's hand in marriage. I see all this shit on the internet. I got to ask you, because if you're trying to get involved and get down with the get down like that, I got to know about you. Is there any truth to any of this stuff? So of course Louis goes on to deflect. He's like, yeah, it's just some crazy women that I was messing with. And Joe, he said, let me stop you right here because what you thought was I was boo-boo the food. That's what you thought. Let me take that mask off because I like to play sometimes, but this ain't no joke right here. This is my sister. So what did you do? Okay, because all these women ain't lying, my G. What did you do to contribute to this situation? Because I know it ain't all they damn fault. He's like, I can see if it was one situation. He said, but it's a lot. You got a lot on the internet about you. So what did you do, Louis? What did you do? Okay. And so Louis was like, all right, you got me. You got me. All right. Yes. Did I deal with some thirsty women in the past? Yes. Did I have some bad relationships? Yes. But was I perfect? No. And he said there were some situations where I wasn't perfect in relationships, but I was never abusive to any of those women. And I can appreciate that. You don't have to tell me in detail the things that you did, because I'm sure that that's going to come out in the wash. And if it's not abusive, thank the good Lord. I pray that that's real, that he wasn't abusive to any of those women. However, I hope that his imperfections, he's worked, he can speak to how he's changed himself and why he changed. And hopefully none of that stuff comes out with Teresa, and that he really is a rejuvenated, positive individual from whatever the fuck he did with those women. So Joe appreciates him showing him respect. And he says, he told him he has his blessing. So Teresa, Louis, Joe, and Melissa are off to the side talking, and Teresa and Melissa both asked, what were you guys over there talking about? And Louis was like, oh, I was just talking to him and thanking him, telling him about my past, and, kind of where some of the reason behind some of the things that I do and where it comes from. And Teresa says she feels bad for Louis because people are trying to hurt her and Louis. And Margaret keeps on. She's like, all these people, all these women just keep coming out with allegation after allegation after allegation. And it just really hurts us. And I'm like, girl, it's all about you. If I were you, I would be asking him about these allegations. Like, what the hell did you do, Louis? Why do these girls keep on coming out, Louis? What the heck is wrong with these women, Louis? Because of you, Louis. I would have been asking all them questions. Because what you're not about to do is have me out here looking like boo-boo the damn fool. Okay? Because right about now, Teresa, that's what you're looking like. Because you're not asking him not one question. You done moved in with him. You done put your daughters in jeopardy if he is a crazy man. Because he done love bomb the hell out of you. You got to think with your brain. Now, I know you don't have one, but clearly if y'all got a 15,000 square foot house, you might have enough money to buy one. So rent one and think, because this is stupid. I don't understand any of this. I don't understand why you think that any of this stuff that you're doing makes any sense by covering up his bullshit instead of understanding it and really identifying what the problem is. So moving on, of course, she tries to bully Melissa some more, but I'm glad that Melissa grabbed her husband's balls and handed them to Teresa and said, listen, and put them on. She borrowed them for a second and handed Teresa her ass to kiss. Okay. Because she's basically like, listen, all this stuff that you're doing with Louis, we understand that. That's cool and all. But what you're not about to do is throw things at Margaret. That's dead. Like all of that stuff that you did, you need to take accountability for your actions, because it's not okay. You embarrass the hell out of us and you never take accountability for your actions. Like, are you going to talk to Margaret and are you going to accept responsibility for what you did? And so Melissa says, well, so she was like, Teresa was like, well, when Margaret is bringing up Louis all the time, it makes me act like that. And Melissa said, no. You are a grown adult. There's nothing that anybody else is doing that should make you act like that. So you need to take accountability for your shit. So Teresa pulls Margaret to the side. They sit down to talk, and she ends up opening up to Margaret and telling her how she feels about what's happened, with her talking about Louis. And she said, you should have came to me. Teresa says to Margaret, you should have came to me if you were having some, thoughts or feeling like, something was wrong with him, or you heard about all this stuff on the internet. And Margaret said, Teresa, I did come to you. I came to you that first night. The first time I heard that y'all were together and y'all were moving forward. I said to you, listen, you got to get in front of this stuff. Just like I did with myself. I told y'all that I cheated on my husband. I told you I had an affair. I told you I slept with the contractor. I told you all my dirt right up front. Why? Because when you give your dirt first, nobody can use it against you. And she basically was like, that's what I was trying to tell you to do. Get ahead of it so you don't have any issues later on. It could have been simply something like, something as simple as, hey, you know what? I did have a past. I had some stuff going on, but you know what? I got my girl right here, and she the bomb. So I ain't worrying about none of them hoes. They can keep on putting stuff on the internet about me because I don't give a damn about them. I got my girl right here, and that's who I'm focused on, and that's who I care about. And Teresa was like, I mean, I know, but I get what you're saying, but I hear you, but I just didn't want it out there. And Margaret said, no, you wanted to hide it. That's what you wanted to do. You want to play dummy. And she's like, there's no way to hide it. We on TV. We on the Tizu. So they gonna look up everything about us and it's gonna be all over the internet. So you have to be mindful and strategic with the information that comes out. And Teresa's still pleading her case, talking crap, talking about no, but you're basically blaming Margaret. Well, you were the one that kept bringing it up. You kept bringing it up. Now I do understand. Now, Margaret, you shouldn't have been talking about it as much as you did. If she wanted to be a dummy and not listen to you, then I'd have just let her go on about her business. But what you're not about to do, Teresa, is still think it's okay to do the stuff that you did to Margaret. And Margaret was like, basically, you know, um, you're never transparent. And Teresa says she's just on the defense, with Margaret because she doesn't want to ruin what she has with Louis. And Margaret says, I would never want to hurt you. And, I wouldn't want you or Louis to think that. And Teresa says, you were so nice to me about my mother, but you keep talking behind my back. And Teresa says, Teresa says, Jennifer and Dolores know what makes me tick. And Margaret says they said that they lowered their standards and they just have to treat Teresa differently because she had a horrible life and Louis is her lifeline. So basically they dumb themselves down to deal with Teresa because that's just how she is. And I'm so sick and tired of people saying, oh, that's how somebody is. That means if that's how they are, then they need to change that. Because if you running around treating people like shit, that shouldn't be just how you are. So Margaret brings up all the stuff Teresa did, body shaming her, throwing stuff at her, calling her trout mouth, a see you next Tuesday, WP trash, all of that. And Teresa says, yeah, I was mad. I feel like you were just coming for me. And I'm like, instead of her apologizing, she's still sitting there justifying all the stuff that she did. So Margaret says, you know what? All I ever did was stand up for you and be there for you. And this is how this is how you still want to treat me? Like, I'm done with you. I'm done with this. I don't have to take this. So she walks off and she goes over to the girls and pretty much is talking to them about what just transpired. And Teresa's still over there in Dummyville. Like, I don't understand why she's mad. She doesn't get what I'm saying. No, she gets it. You don't get it. People are tired of your shit. Like, it's unfucking believable how stupid you are and selfish you are. The double standards are at an all-time high. So Louis comes over here in his Thriller jacket and throws it on Teresa saying, let's just get out of here. Let's just go home. Let's go to our 15,000 square foot house, and just leave this. We don't need this. I'll work double. I'll work real hard and take care of you. You don't need this shit. And I'm like, Louis, sir, you might want to shut the fuck up because you ain't gonna make enough money to replace what Teresa done built on this show. And then he said, Margaret's just jealous of you. She just wants to she wants to take your place. You know that. She wants to take your place. And I'm like, what? Margaret is not going to take Teresa's place, first and foremost. Let's make that very clear because as much as she get on my damn nerves, she is the queen of the show. Okay, I ain't going to take that away from her lowbrow, midget forehead ass. Okay? Anyway, moving right along. Louis, that moment right there where he like pulled that control freak kind of thing, like, pulling her out of there and having her leave and then giving her this big passionate kiss before she leaves. I'm like, that's a sign of an abuser. Somebody that you are just love bombing the fuck out of her. So when you slap her the first time, she'll be like, oh, he couldn't have done it because he wanted to hurt me. Like, that'll be like he smacks her and he's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And then she's like, in shock, like, why did you do this to me? And then he comes and kisses the wound, like kisses her, and I've seen so many movies where this is what happens, where the person just is overwhelmingly loving and all this stuff, and then when they become physically abusive or they begin to be mentally abusive, they start to do little things to counteract things that they did that made the person love them. And then the person is looking like, well, how can you do this to me? But you were just doing this. And it just creates a state of confusion in the person's head. And I can see that in Teresa right now. And her friends, if they're really her friends, should really be paying attention to this. And I think Margaret, despite the fact that she's trying to make the show entertaining as well, I think she sees that. She sees this abusive streak in Louis that he's capable of. And that's why she wanted to really highlight the things that were on the internet, because all of this shit can't be fake. Some of it, something got to be true. Okay. Now, to the level or to the degree of whatever he's doing, I'm not sure, but something is not good in the air with Louis. Okay. And all of them better keep their damn eyes peeled. And Teresa need to keep her damn eyes open the most. Okay. So, like I said, I hope that Louis is fully, rehabilitated and he ain't crazy and all this stuff, because Teresa has 4 daughters that she needs to be mindful of as well. Because even though she's stupid, those girls don't deserve the backlash of her foolishness where it comes to her catering to this man because she want to be in love so bad. I don't know, y'all. I'm interested to see this reunion, because Andy definitely did say on Watch What Happens Live that they pissed him off to the highest level. They pissed that man off, like he was about ready to walk the hell out on them hoes. Okay, so I'm interested to see this. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that watches this show too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.